What's up everyone? So about a week ago we posted our playthrough of our recreation of the first level from the Donkey Kong arcade game in Super Mario Maker. And I just finished recreating it for the retail version and it's now live. So you can play it right now using the code on your screen. Otherwise I thought it'd be fun to play through it one more time. I did make a couple of small changes and I'll talk about it this time too. So let's go ahead and launch right on into it. And again, the code on the screen right now is how you can go play it for yourself at this very moment. So if you don't want any spoilers, you can go do that right now. So here we are outside of the arcade, of course. And first we need to grab our Donkey Kong suit because that is key, especially because Donkey Kong is reclaiming his home, which you'll see why or who from in a few minutes here. Anyways, before you can enter the arcade, you're gonna of course need some coins, some cash. So grab these coins and then we'll head on in. And here we are. So, you can see immediately a unique song plays. I put the Bowser theme in, just to make it seem like you're actually playing a game. So you jumped in the arcade, you started the game, and the music changing helps with that transition. And that's something I would recommend using in your own courses too, if you want to make like an abrupt change or an abrupt difference. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of songs to choose from, specifically two, but you can play around with them. Rather two for each of the game themes. Anyway, so yeah, start off at the bottom here, you got the barrel that's on fire to the left, and of course you got the barrels that are rolling on in here, so you gotta carefully jump over them. And the reason I chose the Donkey Kong costume is because, for that very reason that you just saw. Yeah, the sound effects are perfect. They match up the level perfectly, better than any of the other costumes in the game. And plus, I wanted to have Donkey Kong in the level in some ways. Even though he was the antagonist, not the protagonist originally, I thought it'd be good to, have him here, seeing as he is a namesake of the game. Alright, so of course we have the vines standing in for the ladders, and I even created the broken ladder right here, which you can see. So you can climb this little bit here, but it's broken, so it's not going to get you very far. We're going to go back here and grab the mushroom where the hammer would be in the original game. Love that. Oh, there's some tricky configurations here. Of course. And here we are at the boss, which is Bowser, so I've got to reclaim my home. Oh. Can I take him out? There we go, and of course that's a custom sound effect I played, so that won't play online. I added that after the fact. If I upload that online, that would only be a parrot sound, a parrot squawk. Anyways, behind Bowser, or where Bowser was, I have the, oh no, in my costume! I have the, four barrels or gears, or, where the barrels would have been in the original game. And here we are I added another custom music piece here, just as a little celebration. We have one last chance to get the Donkey Kong costume, so we can finish the level properly. And of course, top of the flagpole, where we get that one sound effect again. So there you have it. Let me go hop into the editor real quick. I mean, there's not much to show off that you couldn't see right there, but there are just a couple of things I'll talk about real quick to help you with creating your levels. So again, here you can see I'm making use of the sub area to create two different themed areas. I wanted you to enter the arcade, and the main thing is I wanted you to pop into the exact spot in the Donkey Kong game where you start in the actual game itself. So in order to do that, I had to use either a warp pipe or a door. And I thought it'd be fun to use a warp pipe. That way you are going to a whole different area, and I can add a black background, just like the original game. And then I had the idea of making it seem like you're entering an arcade. As best I could by typing, literally writing arcade, and then giving you the coins. And you may have noticed from the original version, I did extend the letters this time, a block vertically, that way I could fit the E in properly, because a lot of people had problem with my E before, which looked like a C. So there we go. And man, I should turn on notifications before doing this, but I'm getting a lot of them all throughout the day. Anyways, the main thing about this level is the fact that I'm using a track to mimic the barrels from, the falling barrels from the Donkey Kong arcade game. So it's not perfect, of course, even though I do love how they actually fall off the track here. So, actually let me show you this. So normally the tracks are connected and the objects will bounce, back and forth between a single track piece. But if you tap the end of a track, you can remove the end little stopper there. So that way the barrels, or the gears in this case, the grinders, will fall off to the track below. The only thing I wasn't able to fully mimic or replicate was how in the original arcade game, the barrels could go off the main path and it could drop down the ladders at various points. There wasn't really an elegant way of doing that, so I decided to just skip it. And, as close as I got with this level, it's not a perfect recreation, obviously. I had to cut down the vertical, the height of it a lot. I think it was 6 layers in the original game. I could only do 4 without making it just a ridiculously small amount of room to move around in. Basically, this is about as small as you can get it, I think. I tried going any smaller, but then it was impossible to jump over the grinders. I also tried having the grinders ride along the surface of the level originally, like I had in our original version of the Bomb Battlefield, so it looked like they were actually rolling along the ground. But it just took up too much room, so I decided to do away with that. As for the vines, I have them obscured. I actually have half of it being covered by, or the bomb, the bomb portion of them, or the top portion of them being covered by a brick. That way it looks like they're actually growing out of it, so you don't get the little bulb. And for the top portion, you actually do see the bulb there. And that's because I had to find some way to allow Mario to climb up it, and then continue to climb to the level above. Oops, wish I hadn't died there. Let's go down here. Because normally, see how you can just jump right up there? Because normally, I would have had a brick there. And you can see, okay, so real quick, you can see all the music sound effects I have added there, so I ensure the music's playing the entire time. The Bowser theme. The boss theme, rather. So... Oh, man. Hold on here. Okay. Oh, so many pieces of this. Could move the track. So yeah, so we had a brick there originally, but you can't climb up it, of course. So instead, I used a platform piece. And you can see here, if I shake it, it's just a standard platform piece. There's a couple different versions of them. And this one worked perfectly with the bricks I was already using, allowing you to climb up. The other idea I was playing around with was, instead of having a platform there, I was playing with the idea of having a donut lift. That way you could actually... Let's get my vine back in here. That we could actually climb back down if you wanted to. But I figured, no one's gonna be going back down, and I like the way it looked better without the donut lift, so I decided against that. Okay, so back to the track. So I designed the whole track to go, it forms a loop. So, they drop from, they roll along the top here, they drop all the way down, they drop to this level, down here, down one more time, and then they actually loop again, back up, and they will just keep looping forever. Now what's cool about this is, well, actually, so there's something tricky about this. So the thing is, the objects on the track don't actually start moving until you're within range of them. It's about a screen's worth. So that's why I kept the level pretty compact. That way everything is triggered at about the same time. If it was much wider, you'd have things being triggered at different times, and then they would start rolling in a manner that might not be playable. But once they start moving, once you actually have triggered them for the first time, the game keeps it in memory. So they will keep rolling along the track, no matter how far away you get. So that's really cool. So I didn't have to worry about it too much, but I did have to keep the extended track here pretty close to the level to make sure that the ones on the track are triggered when you popped out of the warp pipe. Yeah, beyond that, that pretty much covers it. I added I can show you the custom sound effect I added to Bowser there. That when you killed him, it caused that custom Donkey Kong sound effect to play. But yeah, then of course, I replicated the ending of the level by climbing up the vines instead of a ladder into a warp pipe, taking you out of the stage, similar to climbing the ladders in the original game. The only other thing I was playing around with was trying to find some way to replicate having Daisy there. I tried using Wiggler instead. He has a flower on his head, so I thought, it's like a daisy. But I figured instead I would add power blocks so you had some easy way of killing Bowser. The only tricky thing is, Bowser likes to jump around, which kind of worked out, but they added a little bit of a challenge to the level, both in killing him and he's spitting fire too at different elevations, so that was cool. But originally I only had one power block there, but I can show you, it's actually pretty tricky to hit him. I actually just got him right there, but he's actually not on the ground that often. So if you messed up, I want to have many opportunities to kill him, and odds are you should be able to get him with 6 power blocks, so... Anyways, guys, that wraps up our look at my Donkey Kong level. If you enjoyed it, you can go play it for yourself right now. I put a lot of work into it, so hopefully you do like it. There's a code on the screen right now you can access, or you can use to access it in your copy of Mario Maker. Alright, I'm done talking. Thanks for watching, guys, and of course keep an eye on GameXplain for more on Super Mario Maker and other things gaming as well. Alright, see you guys. Bye.